What's something people don't know about the gear that shaped World War II? Before we dive in, make sure to like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a story from history. Ask any historian to list the iconic tools of the Second World War, and they'll name the tanks, the rifles, the aircraft. But if you could sit down with a veteran who shouldered a pack from Normandy to New Guinea, they might point to a more humble piece of gear. It wasn't a weapon, but it secured them. It wasn't rations, but it often fed them. And in the absolute worst moments, trapped in mud, wreckage, or a flooded trench, it didn't just perform a task. It meant the difference between despair and a fighting chance. This tool was a direct extension of a soldier's own will, a multiplier of his strength in situations where machinery failed and time was life. It was rugged, simple, and issued by the millions, yet its profound utility is almost forgotten today, relegated to background noise in old photographs. For the survivalist, the student of practical history, this isn't a relic. It's a masterclass in minimalist, multi-purpose design under the most extreme conditions. Today, we're pulling this tool out of the footnotes and placing it center stage, the story of the GL Issue Entrenching Tool. Not just a shovel, but a survival lifeline engineered for 100 battlefield emergencies. The E-tool was designed not as a single-purpose digger, but as a system for overcoming obstacles. When the United States entered the war, it drew upon the brutal lessons of the First World War's static trenches. The infantryman needed a tool that could keep pace with mobile, fluid combat. The resulting M1943 folding entrenching tool was, well, a paradigm shift. It collapsed into a compact size for marching, yet locked rigidly into 3 critical positions: a straight handle for digging a foxhole, a 90-degree angle for scraping a shallow prone shelter under fire, and a locked-in pick position for breaking through frozen tundra, hard-packed clay, or even light concrete. This transformational feature is really the core of its genius. It recognized that the enemy wasn't just opposing soldiers, but the terrain itself, the mud of Italy, the coral of the Pacific Islands, the frozen earth of the Ardennes. The design acknowledged that a soldier might have only seconds to get below ground, or minutes to carve out a fighting position. By allowing a change in geometry and application without changing tools, it gave the individual soldier a profound tactical adaptability that a static spade could never provide. Its true survival value emerged in the grey zone between combat and sustenance. While digging in was its primary function, the entrenching tool's relentless utility is what, honestly, cemented its place in survival lore. In the field, it became a universal hand for hire. It was a close-quarters weapon of last resort, its edge kept sharp enough to cut through brush and pack straps. It was a cooking utensil, used to shape a makeshift stove from earth or to portion out rations. It was a vital sanitation tool for latrine discipline, which was, absolutely critical for preventing disease in crowded bivouacs. Perhaps most critically, it was an extraction tool. Soldiers used it to free vehicles from axle-deep mud, to chop away vegetation obscuring a field of fire, or to breach the wooden walls of a damaged building to reach trapped comrades. Each of these non-doctrinal uses was honestly a soldier-driven innovation, a real testament to the tool's fundamental robustness. It was a pry bar, a hammer, a cleaver, and, well, even a measuring stick. This wasn't a tool that just sat in the pack. It was constantly in hand, or, strapped within immediate reach, its wooden handle stained with sweat, oil and earth, the patina of constant use. The manufacturing tolerances and material choices were, frankly, a wartime miracle of practical engineering. Now, to understand why it could endure such abuse, you really have to look at its construction. This was not a garden variety shovel. The blade was made of stamped high-carbon manganese steel, heat-treated for a balance of hardness at the edge and flexibility in the body, so it wouldn't snap under prying stress. The folding mechanism relied on a heavy-duty spring-loaded locking lever, a design that, well, had to function flawlessly, even when caked in mud or grit. The handle was made from sturdy, straight-grained ash or oak treated against moisture and fitted with a D-ring or T-grip that allowed for maximum leverage, whether swinging like an axe or pulling like a hoe. The entire assembly was designed for mass production, yet without sacrificing the individual soldier's life or death need for reliability. It was a piece of industrial democracy. Every private from Texas to Maine had the same capable tool on his side. This consistency in quality meant that survival knowledge, how to use the pick to break ice for water, how to use the blade as a snow anchor, could be standardized and taught, becoming part of the shared mental toolkit of the entire force. For the modern survivalist, the E-tool's legacy is a philosophy, not just an artifact. For us today, the World War II entrenching tool teaches a critical lesson in prepared mindset, the absolute necessity of a robust, multipurpose physical lever. Your modern equivalent may be a quality folding shovel, a fixed-handled trenching tool, or even a well-chosen survival tomahawk. The principles remain unchanged. The tool must be tough enough for heavy prying and chopping, not just light digging. It must have a secure, ergonomic grip for blistered, wet or cold hands. It must be carried where it is instantly accessible, not buried in the bottom of a bag. Whether you're building a shelter, clearing a fallen branch from a trail, processing firewood, or creating emergency drainage around a tent, the core utility demonstrated from Anzio to Okinawa translates directly. It is, the embodiment of the idea that a prepared individual does not just accept the environment. They actively shape it to their needs for protection, comfort, and survival. This tool represents the very essence of what we study here on Iron Will Survival. The intersection of historical necessity, intelligent design, and undiluted practicality. It was a silent partner in countless survival stories, a piece of issued gear that truly earned its keep. If you value these deep dives into the tools and techniques that have proven themselves under the ultimate pressure, tools that can still fill a vital role in your own preparedness plans today, then you understand our mission. Help us preserve and, disseminate this knowledge. Subscribe to Iron Will Survival, share this video with others who respect proven gear, and let us know in the comments what other humble, vital pieces of kit from history's toughest chapters you want us to examine next. Like, share and subscribe to the channel. And, oh, make sure to hit that notification bell.